Hi guys, it's Sakura, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how to max out every single bestiary inside the game. I'm going to try to make this video pretty fast because, as you can see, there is lots of bestiary to go over. So I'm just going to give like a small demonstration on every single one of these, and it should pretty much give the ideal way of grinding these mobs in terms of efficiency and money. And just before it starts, let me just show you guys something. So over here on my island, I have these chests over here, and as you can see, I have about 200 million coins worth of Robotron parts and stuff, and a bunch of random stuff. This is all money from grinding bestiary, and pretty much I'm gonna be filling these up with a bunch of loot that I get from bestiary grinding, and then I'm gonna open up the chest and sell all the stuff at once after I'm done bestiary grinding. So hopefully I'm gonna find myself with a few billion after finishing the grind. And yeah, let's start with the bestiary grinding. First things first is your island. So for your island, you have a bunch of these mobs that you have to kill. So for all of these mobs here, I'd recommend using the minions to kill them. So instead of having them spawned randomly like these zombies, get a zombie minion, place it down. Same with all the other mobs. The other mobs that cannot be done with minions is slime and witch. So since you can't do slime and witch, you'll have no choice but to remove your repelling candle and put yourself a night changer and then set it to midnight. This will make it so you have a rare chance of occasionally getting witches to spawn on your island. And for slimes, unfortunately, I had to break a whole entire layer down here because slimes only spawn below Y30. So you're gonna want to pretty much just keep on lobby swapping and then resetting your island and just praying that the slime pretty much just spawn. Not gonna lie, I've gotten 3 kills on the slime so far, and they are so rare to the point that I probably think this will take longer than like grinding Ghost Bestiary, which is 250k kills. So yeah, good luck with that one. That one's probably going to be one of the hardest bestiaries to do, even though that's 200 kills. The witch is rare, but it can probably be completed within the day if you just keep on swapping lobbies and resetting the island. For hub, you're most likely going to already have a decent bit of the zombies done. In the graveyard, you're just going to want to hype around or just use Spirit Scepter. For crypt ghouls, you're going to want to... You're already going to have a decent bit due to Zombie Slayer, but if that's not done, I'd recommend not even doing Zombie Slayer if it's already maxed. Just go around killing things with Spirit Scepter and Hyperion until it's maxed out. For the Wolf Slayer, I'd recommend doing it with these wolves over here in the hub, which is at the castle behind me, right over here. And you also have a chance at getting the Celestii, but good chance that you're probably not going to get it. But either way, I'd recommend doing Wolf Slayer while doing this because you have a chance at getting Overflux Capacitor, and that's how you're going to want to do this one for money and optimization. For the farming islands, you're pretty much just going to have to kill 200 pigs and chickens and cows. Just go around killing things with Spirit Scepter, Hyperion, and you should get it done. Same thing applies to all the sheeps and rabbit as this guy's doing over here. So yeah, your spiders done. You're gonna have to kill these skeletons over here, which are these guys. So you're probably just gonna like want to lobby swap between lobbies and keep them respawned, or you just actually no, never mind. They pretty much spawn pretty quickly. So yeah, you're gonna have to kill a few of these. As you can see, I'm already getting quite a few bestiary. So yeah, that's for the skeletons on Spider's Den. All of these spiders are pretty much different variants of spiders that you can kill inside of the Spider's Den over here. And there's also silverfish that you'll be able to kill. And for this one, I definitely suggest Hyperion or Spirit Scepter because there's quite a big crowd and you need to deal explosive damage to kill a wide range. For the ferocious spiders and stuff, you're gonna want to kill them over here inside of this little area where Arachne spawns, and you're also going to have to kill Arachne with a melee setup. So pretty much just put a melee setup and then start smacking it. It's pretty easy to kill, so there's not much of a strategy there. For the rain slime, this only spawns whenever it rains in Spider's Den, so you're probably just going to want to like teleport around outside of Spider's Den. And while it's raining, there should be raining slimes somewhere on top of the Spider's Den. I haven't killed any myself, but according to the wiki, it only spawns whenever it's rain. So for this one, if you have, I'd recommend to just kill the spiders, and then while you're killing the spiders, check once in a while if the outside is raining, and if it's raining, I'd prioritize killing the slimes until that's maxed out, and then go back to killing spiders. Alright, now we're actually getting to some mid-game islands instead of being like beginner islands. What I would recommend to do in the end is to kill Zealot by killing the Zealot bruisers inside of a final destination set. By getting kills on this set, you're gonna get more money out of selling it back later on, because if you have to kill like 100,000 of these, you're gonna get a high kill count on this set, and it's gonna sell for quite a bit. Then there's also the fact that you're gonna drop quite a few eyes, like over here. I'd recommend keeping them because eventually you're gonna have to grind Dragon Bestiary, unless if you really just want to leech off of everyone with that Bestiary. But what I'm doing is that I'm gonna be keeping my eyes so I can I'll be able to spawn about 100 of them eventually. With the 100k kills, I calculated I get about 400 eyes, so that's about 100 runs of dragon. So for the remaining 700 I'm gonna have, it's gonna be all just leeched. For Enderman, same thing. You're gonna want to wear Final Destination set and get some kills on it to upgrade the value, and also have a decent magic find setup because you have a chance of getting legendary Enderman pet. You're gonna have to kill a bunch of Obsidian Defenders and Watchers. For this, I'd recommend also a good magic find setup. You have a chance at getting the epic combat XP boost that people put on Golden Dragon. As you can see, it goes for a whopping 16 million, so you can make a decent bit of profit there if you do drop a few. So for Endermites, you're just gonna want to break, you're gonna want to put a mineral set on, and then just start running around in the end like this, and just go in a circle pattern. And then after you're done spawning a decent bit of Endermites, you're gonna want to kill them. This is my favorite spot over here, which is just in front of the dragon's nest. And people are trying to steal my kills right now, but you're gonna want to also have a pet with Turtle Shellmet, which is gonna make this even better. Having a black cat pet would also make this better, because you'll get 100 extra speed above the cap, which makes it so you can run around faster while breaking the end stone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. For Voidlings, I'd suggest just waiting until that you do Void Glooms for this, because this will get maxed out whenever you do Void Gloom 9, so don't worry about this. Unless if this should already be maxed for you if you have Void Gloom. And even if it's not maxed out, I'd suggest just doing it while doing Void Gloom. You have a chance at getting Judgment Core. And then the last thing I haven't talked about is the Endstone Protector. So what you're going to want to do is get a mod that tells you the stage of the golems. So for this, it's a lobby 3, or it's a lobby with stage 3 protector. You're going to want to lobby swap until that you get a stage 4 or 5, and then just wait at the Endstone Protector until it spawns. And you're probably going to want to put yourself a terror setup with a Warden helmet, or whichever helmet that you use, and then get yourself a Terminator, and then just start terming it with as much ferocity as you can. Fatal Tempo Terminator is what I'd recommend for this. Doesn't need to be as good as mine. Any Terminator would do, but if you do have a Fatal Tempo Terminator, use that. Now we're getting into the big boy stuff. We're getting to Crimson Isle. Now for this one, no exception, you need a hype to max out these bestiaries. If you don't have a hype, Midas Staff also works, but it's just not recommended. So yeah, so for in the Burzing Desert, I'd recommend getting your damage up to the point that you can one-tap these mobs, and then just Hyperion around with a decent mage setup, and you're gonna be getting, like, they should spawn pretty quickly as well, so you can just stay in one lobby and just continue killing these guys. Pretty much all these mobs are just killed with hype. So as you can see over here, you get the Flaming Spider, and you also get the Magma Cube Riders, which are considered pigmen. So to max out pigmen and Flaming Spider, you do it right here. For Magma Cubes, you're gonna want to kill them over here in front of the spawn. Wither Skeletons, they're right in front of the fortress, so you just want to like teleport around and kill them like this, and it should be pretty easy. There's only a very small spawn spot, like they only spawn here on this bridge and above here, so it's pretty easy to memorize. Just have to go between them and keep on killing them. For Spirit Scepter, for Wither Scepters, you come over here and you just want to lobby swap for these ones, but what I'd recommend doing is that you actually alternate between Wither Skeletons and Wither Spectre, because after killing those guys, you can come out here and they should be already already spawned in. So you kill these skeletons, and then after you're done killing the ones out here, you go back in and then you kill the wither scepters. That's the optimized way of doing it. You can do the same with blazes. If you don't have blazes unlocked, you do these ones. So that's going to be for Bezos and all that. So yeah, in general, you just kill all the blazes in this fortress, and that's how you're going to get it. This one is one of the easiest bestiaries to unlock inside of Crimson Isles. The mushroom cows, you're just going to want to go on the right of spawn, and there's all the cows. For this one, there's no enchant that will increase your damage. So like flaming spiders and magma cube riders, you can increase your damage to one tap them with smite and arachno, but for this one, not arachno, sorry, it's bane of arthropod. But pretty much these guys, you just do the same, just kill them. Yay! For killing ghast, you're gonna want to pretty much just come over here every time that it shows that it's nighttime on your right side over here, and just kill them a few thousand times. And whenever it's daytime, go grind other bestiary inside of Crimson Isles, and whenever it's nighttime, just keep on coming to kill these ghasts. So yeah, vanquishers, you're gonna get this eventually by doing all this bestiary anyways, so I don't even need to speak about this. For these tentacles, I didn't even know what the heck it meant, but turns out these tentacles are the Hellwisp over here. What I'd recommend to do is just sitting over here, because you get to see 3 spots, and every time that they spawn in packs of 2. So you're gonna have a guaranteed Hellwisp to spawn here. You're guaranteed to spawn 1 or 2 in these 3 holes, and then if there's only one that spawns over here, it means that you have to kill the one over here. So that's how I do it. For machos, that one you need to have the volcano erupted with a bunch of sulfur, and this mob is very hard to find. It's not something that you can just go to a specific area and get all the time. They just randomly spawn across the whole entire map of Crimson Isles, and they're pretty rare. So what I'd suggest for this one is to make this fast. I'd recommend a bunch of friends to just look around a bunch of different Crimson Isle lobbies and just search the whole entire map of Crimson Isle lobby for machos, and whenever someone does find one, party everyone and then warp them in, and then get loot share off of it, because this is not a mob that you can just find anywhere. It's pretty rare, and it has to be an erupted volcano lobby because they only necessarily spawn near sulfur. If you're familiar with Crimson Isles, I don't really need to say this, but for every single boss you're gonna want to use hype. For Ashfang, you're gonna want to make a party of 6 or 3 and pretty much just have one person. You're gonna have one person taking all these gray followers away from the main damager. One person killing the mage kills red, and then melee kills blue. You're gonna want to have someone with a dark claymore to kill the blue ones, or at least a giant sword. Pretty much any good melee. And then mage can just kill with a hype, as you can see, and then just shoot the eyes inside of Ashfang. You're gonna want to do this in a party, or else if you're soloing, this bestiary is gonna take forever. For Magma boss, I'd suggest using Terror, same setup that you'd use for Kudra, and just continue shooting at the Magma boss. I'd recommend doing this in a party because you can skip one of its phases, but it's not that much more longer if you're doing it solo. It's just that if you're doing this in a long period of time, you're saving yourself hours and doing it in a party. But if it's hard to find yourself a party, then it's probably better to just do it solo, because wasting hours trying to find a party kind of just makes it so it's like not really worth it. So if you can easily find a party to do this, I'd recommend saving your time by skipping the phases by doing it in a party. For smoldering blazes, this is going to be done while doing Blaze Slayer. So if you are so persistent to not do Blaze Slayer, you just have to come over here next to the scroll, come down here, and just hype these guys. But I'd suggest waiting until that you do Blaze Slayer though. But if you really do not want to do Blaze Slayer, and you want to still get the bestiary, there it is. Same thing with the millennias, which are just the same thing. They spawn at the same place. They're higher HP. Their spawn locations is here, over here, over here, over here, and over here in the corner. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's about 5 or 6 millennia spawns. I'm pretty sure that there's 5 though. For deep caverns, simply come to deep caverns, and if you want to kill sneaky creepers, you're just on the top layer here, wear Aurora armor, and you have to wear the full set, and pretty much it's supposed to show particles around the creepers. I'm not even sure if I have an Aurora. Oh, I do. So if you wear the full set, as you can see, there's particles, and then you just kill them, which makes this very easy to kill these creepers because they're normally invisible. As you can see, there's over here. That one was hiding. Yeah, I never killed these creepers, so I'm just unlocking the bestiary. I'm gonna do these at a later date though. And then all for the remaining ones, you just come over here, you check all of these different ones until Obsidian Sanctuary. You go and teleport to all of these and just kill the mobs that are inside of that particular area to max out the deep cavern bestiary. I wouldn't recommend using a magic find setup for this because you'd probably want to prioritize speed. You do have a chance at getting EXP share cores, but it's just not really worth it in my opinion because they're not worth that much in terms of how much speed you'd be losing for going for a magic find setup. Okay, finally we're getting into the Dwarven Mines. Now for this I'd recommend getting a magic find setup because you can actually still make a decent bit of money off of these mobs. So for here, glassites or ice walkers, you're gonna want to wear sorrow armor, and since there's always a bunch of people stealing kills over here, you're gonna want to wear a renowned precursor eye. And I don't have my magic find set up completely on, but you're gonna want to basically just hold out your daedalus axe with all the magic find you have and just kill them this way. Like as you can see, I got 262 magic find. Normally I can get above 300, but yeah, you're just gonna want to run around and you can just kill like 4 all at once if you just line them up properly like this. That's 2 kills, but yeah, you can instantly kill them with precursor eye and you don't lose much magic find off of it. This makes it so whenever people try to steal your kills, they're gonna just lobby swap because they won't be able to really touch any of the glassite quote unquote ice walkers. The goblins, they're right behind me. You're just gonna want to kill them with hype. I'm not really sure if it's really worth putting a magic find setup for the eggs that they drop, but as you can see, they can still go for a decent bit. 40,000, and after getting a bunch of goblin kills for the bestiary, I'd recommend throwing them instead of selling them and get yourself a bunch of golden goblin bestiary. For powder gas, they rarely spawn, but they will show up inside of your menu over here, and anytime that you're grinding bestiary, I do not care which bestiary you're grinding, it could be ghost or anything, but if you do not have ghost, if you do not have gas bestiary maxed out, you're gonna want to work on that as soon as possible. So as soon as you see it in chat, go to this specific location that spawned and start shooting at it with a term or whichever projectile you have. For star sentries, it's gonna also say in chat that there's like a fallen star, and the messages should look purple. It's not in my chat right now, but it's gonna say that you can go to the location of where the fallen stars are, and then you can kill star sentries there. I'd recommend putting stellar on your stong for putting stellar on whichever pickaxe of you're choosing, but pretty much what it does is that instead of hitting for 1 hit per hit, you're hitting with 2 hits per hit. So this makes it so by putting stellar on any pickaxe, you'll be able to pretty much kill them faster. And I don't think ferocity works on them, so that is just your only option for making it faster. So having a stellar pickaxe will make it so you can kill them faster. And just anytime that you're grinding any other bestiary inside of the Dwarven Mines, whenever you see fallen star in the chat, if it's not maxed out for star sentries, I'd recommend going to kill them, and then whenever it's done, go back to your regular bestiary grinding. For treasure hoarders, as soon as you're at spawn, just look over here, and pretty much you're just going to want to kill all of these guys over here, then come into this hole, and they should spawn all around. This doesn't make too much money, but still makes a decent bit over time, so it's up to you if you want to use. Actually, it's probably not worth it with magic find. I'd recommend just going for speed on this one. And then for ghost, the most optimized setup for this is to have renowned crimson armor, which mine is not very good because I do not have the pearls to upgrade the armor further. But you also want a renowned tarantula helmet because this makes it so you can deal enough damage to ghost. So while you're down here, there's someone already grinding down here, but you're gonna want to pretty much just wear a full set of crimson. Actually, yeah, you can do like what this guy's doing. He's using a crimson helmet, so you can put magic find attribute on these. So as you can see, I have magic find 8, 7, and 6. Put renowned because that gives a decent bit of magic find. You're gonna want to to have a magic find equipment, which would be like Rift Necklace and Molten Set with magic find on it. You're going to want to use a Golden Dragon, preferably one with Minos Relic, or you can level up a Golden Dragon mob. And you're probably going to want to be able to do this with a Daedalus Axe, and if you cannot kill with a Daedalus Axe, your second option is going to be with a Dark Claymore. And for those that are going to tell me, well, it doesn't work with the Daedalus Axe, well, I'm able to kill them one tap with the Daedalus Axe, so it works, okay? It's possible. Alright, now we're getting into the Nucleus area, or Crystal Hollow. For this one, you're going to want to come to the Mithril Mine, or to the Mithril Deposits, and you're going to want to just teleport around and just kill these grunts a bunch of times. Is this the Fairy Grotto? Yes, it is. So this is also a great explanation for the butterflies, but you're gonna want to pretty much just find Fairy Grotto in a lobby and just start killing these butterflies. So for this, I'd recommend if you go over here to the Jungle Temple, there is a structure which is specifically for the Key Guardian. You can go around in hubs asking, not hubs, you can warp around in different Crystal Hollows and just ask for the coordinates for the Key Guardian. So for this, I'd recommend going between Key Guardian and Bow. So set a timer for Bow for about 5 minutes after killing it, and then go and do Key Guardian 3 times. And since you have like a 2-minute wait for the Key Guardian to spawn every time, I'd recommend killing the sludges that are within the structure of the Key Guardian. So you get your sludge bestiary up while doing Key Guardian, and then every time that Bal respawns, go and kill Bal. For these Thists, you're gonna want to pretty much just armadillo mine these amethyst crystals over here, and they're gonna spawn in a bunch of this, and you're just gonna go like this. There it is. It has no energy. Alright, there you go. I break it manually. So you're just gonna want to break it manually and kill these dudes. Ta-da! I'm pretty sure everyone knows about automatons. I maxed out this bestiary not too long ago, and you're pretty much just gonna want to find the Precursor City inside of Precursor area over here and just kill them there, because they have a 2% chance of giving you automaton pieces, and I highly recommend using a magic find setup for it, because I made 200 million coins off of my bestiary grinding for just automaton, so it's definitely worth it in my opinion. Doesn't seem like there's a Precursor City in this lobby, but I'm pretty sure that everyone watching this video should, if you're grinding bestiary, what Precursor City looks like. For Yogs, you're gonna want to pretty much just kill them inside of the Bal area, which is easy to be honest. You just kill them with a Terminator or Hyper Ram, and it's not that bad. Just kill it whenever you're going to Bal. Just kill a few of them while you're there, while you're doing the swap with the Key Guardian, and you should be fine. Now for Skathas, this one is pretty much RNG in terms of money. I definitely recommend a magic find setup for this. You're going to want to dig all the way down, and what you're going to want to do is, after hitting bedrock, you're going to want to mine, as you can see my map is over here. Okay, so as you can see my map, I am about right here. You're going to want to pretty much dig around the whole entire exterior at the bottom of the map, and then you're going to want to go in sideways patterns like this and continue going back and forth until that you're done going through the whole entire lobby. And whenever you hit the end, you're going to want to swap lobbies and do the same thing. So as you can see, there's a big line over here. You just do this and you go and make a line like that. You're also building up heat, so what you're going to want to do is go in auto pet, and this is my auto pet rules. You're going to want to have Bal set whenever you have hardstone collection. So whenever you hit hardstone, Bal is going to appear and make it so you're immune to heat. And some people are going to say use Golden Dragon, but Black Cat is honestly better than Golden Dragon if you know how pet luck works. So pretty much pet luck is like extra magic find, and that's why Black Cat's better to have. You're going to want to kill it with Daedalus Axe and stuff. Just use your magic find setup to kill and copy the pet rules I just showed you, and you should be fine. So that should be it for Crystal Hollows. For the park, this one's easy. Just do Wolf Slayer inside of the park, and that should get itself maxed out naturally. Spooky Festival, this is a bunch of mobs that spawn at night during spooky events. So what I'd recommend doing is buying a lot of these. You want to buy stacks of these Blasto lanterns, and every time that it turns night during spooky event, you're gonna want to come to the hub, come over here, and then start killing them. And if you see people killing like mobs over here and you're killing over here, just make sure to get some hits on before the other players kill it, so you can get loot share bestiary. So that's gonna make it so you can just get it in general. It's just gonna make it faster. So for dungeons, you want to max this out. I just recommend doing this like naturally while getting kata 50. So yeah, and if you don't get this within kata 50, you're just gonna want to prioritize. You're pretty much not gonna want to play for runs. You're gonna want to just play. You're pretty much gonna do it like frag running, where you're just gonna clear the whole entire area and try to find that specific mob that you're missing, and you're just gonna want to kill it, assuming that you're already kata 50. If you're not, just don't worry about it. You're only going to want to worry about it after kata 50, or only worry about it after your class average 50. For most people, you won't. So yeah, for mythologicals, you're pretty much just going to want to, like, all of these can be done solo. The only one that you're gonna really need a party is Minos Inquisitor. So you're just, every time that you're in a party, just make sure to get loot share so you can get some free kills off of people. And you're probably gonna get about 100 yourself if you're doing it for Skyblock XP, because that'd be like the average amount that you'd get after doing 10,000 burrow. But as you can see, I have a low amount because I never did in parties. So you should do parties off the start, never do it solo, so you get this bestiary done quicker. Definitely recommend doing this with Magic Find, and definitely recommend doing it every single Diana, because Diana's limited time only. So yeah, make sure that you take advantage of it while she's here. For Jerry's, this is something that only happens during Jerry event or during Jerry Mayor. So the only thing I can do here is suggest that you actually grind lots of stuff whenever Jerry's Mayor, and always make sure to kill your Jerrys whenever they spawn. This one's also limited time only, so make sure to always grind during Jerry Mayor whenever he's out. Alright, so for Kudras, I'm just gonna have to explain this because I don't have a party member to showcase this with you. But if you are gonna do Kudra BC, I would assume that you already know how most of this works. So I'm gonna name the ones that you don't have to worry about. There's Blights, Explosive Inferno Magma Cube, Kudra Berserker, Kudra Follower, Kudra Knocker, Kudra Landmine, Wandering Blazes, and those are the ones that you'll mainly already be killing during Kudra run. So those ones you don't want to worry about. If you're specifically grinding Crimson Isles for Kudra Bestiary, you're gonna want to find yourself a Bestiary party, and what you're gonna want to do is just not even play for completing the run. You're just gonna want to just, as soon as you spawn into Kudra, you're gonna want to just ready up and just not fish any crate. You're gonna want to just keep the wave, just leave the time run out and just keep the wave coming, and just keep on killing Blazing Golem whenever they spawn. Drop ships, you're gonna have to have a party member on Cannoneer for specifically killing drop ships. For Wither Sentries, you're gonna want to have someone to go melee. You can still do it with Hype, but it's harder. So someone with Dark Claymore would be ideal. And then I forgot which one's which. Oh yeah, okay, so for Kudra Slasher, what you're gonna want to do is that they're like the magma cubes that are like 5 magma cubes. They combine into one, and then they do a big magma cube which one taps you. For this one, you're gonna want to use melee because they cannot be damaged, or they just don't take much damage with Hype or Terminator. And to lower the HP, since they're pretty hard to kill in Inferno tier, I'd say to do it inside of a tier 1 and just continue doing tier 1s until this one's done. You want to kill it with melee. A good strategy for my teammate is to actually nuke them and then hit them with melee, because that will make it so a decent percentage of their health is gone. Then you want to melee. If you kill them directly with a nuke, that will make it so you don't get the bestiary, so don't do that. For Magma followers, this one just has high magic resistance, but if you're going mage or CC, if you do have the time, just kill them, and you just want to spam on them for like 20 seconds with a Hype, and they should die. So do that 30 times times, and then you don't ever have to worry about killing them ever again. So yeah, for that one, it's just high magic resistance. And that's pretty much it for every single bestiary here. Blazing golems normally only spawn in very high wave, or whenever the run takes about 10 minutes or more. So for that one, you just have to be patient until the run is of a long duration. And whenever your Kudra run hits about 40 waves, which should say about on the right side during Kudra, if it's hit 40 waves, I'd suggest just doing a reset and then grinding more bestiary in another run. So I went through pretty much everything besides fishing, so I'd suggest just doing winter fishing in general with a auger rod. Do this inside of Jerry's workshop whenever Jerry's on. For fishing festival, you're going to want to do this during marina or whenever fishing festivals are on in general. Just always fish whenever these special events are on. Same thing for spooky festival. For lava fishing, you're going to need to get trophy hunter silver so you can spawn Lord Javis. I personally don't have them unlocked because I got fishing 50 without having thunder or Lord Javis requirements, so that sucks, but I'm gonna have to fish these up eventually. This is best to do it in a party, of course, so I'd suggest having a party for lava fishing in general to max this out. For play, whatever this name is, I'm not gonna say it. You want to come to Crimson Isles and then just enter over here, and it's a really rare chance of fishing it up by fishing in this lava. I saw like level 400 players doing this not too long ago. They were pretty much over here just fishing, and all the lava sea creatures would just fly behind them and go into this little hole, and they were doing it as a party. So you need about 7 to max out the bestiary, so fish up 7 whatever thingy-majigs are called, and that's get your loot share off. Make sure that everyone gets a hit on it though before killing. The only thing that's not part of Crimson Isles, Flaming Worm, for this one you're gonna want to be in Crystal Hollows, find yourself a lava inside a precursor area. Pretty sure most of you guys probably know how this works. Just precursor area, lava inside a precursor area, and then you're gonna want to fish. You can also do this as a party, but if you barn fish, you tend to not get the bestiary all the time because it's bugged for fishing. So I had to pretty much just fish it up and have my friend kill it, which made it so like it doesn't go faster than having more than one person, but it made it so every kill was guaranteed to actually register, because it seems like your bestiary doesn't seem to count if the mob has been fished up for like over a specific amount of time. So you have to kill them like as soon as you spawn them in to actually get the bestiary count. So for all of these mobs in general, for water fishing, I'd suggest using carrot bait so you can get your carrot king up. So while you're using carrot bait, you're gonna also want to have a bucket to be placed down next to you. It's an empty chump cap bucket. You're gonna want to buy one of these and put it next to you so you can get this bestiary maxed out, because they only spawn whenever the bucket's next to you. For getting night squids and squids in general, just fish over here. I'd suggest this inside of the water, and then just have it so every time that something spawns in, height or whatever, like you can use anything. If you have a daedalus axe with looting 5, use that, because looting 5 increases your profits off of getting squid, getting ink sacs from the squid. Oasis rabbit and oasis sheep, I don't have this unlocked, but I do know how you catch them. So you pretty much come to the oasis area over here, and as you can see it says oasis. You want to pretty much just fish over here until that you catch oasis sheeps and stuff, and that's how you get the oasis mobs for the fishing bestiary. Poison water. So for water worm, poison water worm, this one is fished up in the goblins area inside of Crystal Hollows. So you want to find water in the goblin area, and that's how you get the 2 water worms. So that's how you just have to fish a bunch there. I would also suggest using carrot bait if you don't have the rabbit king completed. For zombie miner, you can fish this one up everywhere inside of Crystal Hollows. The easiest way to find a structure for this is to go into Precursor City, which is pretty well known, and there is a little place with water. I should probably show this one real quick. So as you can see, I'm inside of Precursor City, and this is the water area. This is where I'd suggest do zombie miners, because it's pretty easy to find Precursor City and just sit over here and just fish. All the other mobs are going to be fished up in general while you're water fishing. I suggest not barn fishing for these because you're going to get these up eventually anyways from grinding, specifically zombie miners, water worms, oasis mobs. So getting those specific ones will get you the other bestiaries in general. And if you do finish all the other bestiaries that are not like the regular mobs that you usually get, I suggest just barn fishing inside of the main hub, and that should make it so you just catch those specific mobs that you're looking for, which are like the general mobs that don't have any requirement to fish up the water. Sorry if this is a long video, but there you go. I have explained on how to kill every single mob there is inside the game. For some few mobs, you might want to just do a little bit of research on if it actually might generate a decent bit of money, because I'd recommend using Step to kill specific mobs like Carrot King, because it has a chance of getting lucky clover cores, and you can make bank off of quite a few of these mobs. So whenever you're going for a specific mob, I'd suggest going on the wiki and looking at their drop, and if there's anything that is of decent value, use magic find so you have a good chance of drop. That is it for all of this guide. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. See you guys later and see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe since it also supports me more than you think. All right, see ya.